For many reasons, companies and employers are making many commitments to diversity and inclusion. But we know that diversity and inclusion are not just a statement, it is a commitment and a long journey. So you ask, how do you build a diverse and inclusive workplace in the workplace? I'd say, it all starts with your hiring. You can't turn a group of diverse workforce to become a diverse workforce overnight. Nor you can train an diverse workplace into a diverse workforce. You need to hire for diversity and build an inclusive environment. But, you may have some questions on how to hire for diverse talent. Questions such as, how can you target diverse professional in a crowded marketplace? How do you demonstrate your company's diverse commitment throughout hiring? In this video, I will give you 7 tips that you can implement to build a diverse and inclusive team. Best practice number 1, educate your hiring managers in diversity and inclusivity. Who is the one hiring for your next diverse and inclusive hire? The hiring manager. So in order to be able to hold the line firm and correctly, you will need to educate all staff and leaders with hiring responsibilities on the best practice of diversity hiring. Your company's learning and development team should make diversity and inclusion training mandatory for all hiring staff and leaders. Such training will not only help you to hire diverse teams, but also will enable your leaders to lead and manage a diverse team. Best practice number 2, plan diverse role models for everyone in the company. What is gender bias? Do you always have someone to look up to, and think it would be nice if you can accomplish what that person has accomplished? You will want your team to have someone to look up to as a role model in your company too, so they won't always look outside. Hiring well is important, but if your company doesn't have the ability to keep them, all the efforts are going into wastes. Black leaders, LGBT leaders, people of color leaders, indigenous leaders, and female leaders are just examples of different types of diversity leaders. They will not only help communicate the values of your organization, but also act as role models for everyone else. So your staff know they have futures with your organization. Wouldn't that be nice if you know your possibilities because someone has already done that? Best practice number 3, rewrite all your job postings to reflect your diversity values. The first thing your job candidates see before joining your organization is the job posting and the job description. First impressions count. One way to show that your organization values diversity and inclusion is by showing it in the job description. Some examples including using gender-neutral terms in the job posting, including diversity and inclusion policies and statements in the job posting. Another powerful tip is to include diversity analytics in your job descriptions. Numbers tell a better story than plain statements. Best practice 4, post your job on leading diversity job posting sites and boards. What is diversity recruiting? How to recruit for diversity. If you want to look for a car, you go to a dealership. If you want to buy your furniture, you go to the furniture store. If you want to hire people who believe in diversity and inclusion, you go to the best job boards for diversity and inclusion. Period. Why? It is because if a company is serious enough about D&I and they have made their efforts to post on a diversity job board, they are putting their actions where their mouths are. Best practice 5, make your job application and recruiting process accessible. What is permanent disability definition? Action is better than talk. If you want to hire for diversity, especially those in needs of accommodations, please highlight and show it in your job recruiting process. Disabled candidates can be frustrated by a process that is not accessible to them, or the application is too long and challenging to finish. So you should consider a diverse workforce already and accommodate them from the beginning of the employment process, the hiring. Best practice number 6, a diverse panel hire a diverse workforce. We know that a diverse workforce will benefit the company, so as a diverse panel can improve gender equality. Do your best to have standard questions so your hiring panel won't ask different questions to different candidates. Also, a set of standard questions can help the team to avoid the wrong impressions and reduce unconscious bias. A diverse hiring panel can also demonstrate to the candidates that your organization do really value diversity. Best practice number 7, diversity and inclusion measurements. You can't go far without knowing where you are right. Same as your diversity and inclusion commitments. Before you can plan and travel fast, you need to know how good, or how bad you are doing. Diversity People Analytics is the answer to that. With a good people analytics strategy, you can plan and execute according to build your diverse and inclusive workforce. Thank you for watching to our video. Please subscribe or like our channel. I will see you next time.